Hey guys, and welcome back to our next episode of Bootcamp, and today we're going to merge in with the series we actually replaced Bootcamp with. So we originally had a series called Portfolio Sunday, which we never actually brought out an episode for. I struggled to find a way of how we could make it a long-term series and not just the occasional video. So what I'm going to do is everyone that submitted most of the people that submitted a portfolio, I'm going to use in this video and use it to help you guys promote yourself and to advertise yourself as a designer. So today you're going to see several websites such as Behance, Carbon-Made, and more that I link in the description, where you can build a free portfolio online and promote your work. And I strongly recommend you choosing one of these over something like Webs or Weebly, which I will also show you some examples of today. So starting off, we have EdZ Designs, and he is a French designer, and I think he's one of the strongest portfolios that's been submitted. So as you can see, as you load up his portfolio, this is what you're linked to, and you can see clearly in the top his work. That's what the page we're on now, because it's highlighted, about and contact. So the key things you'd need to contact a designer. You're then presented with some clear labeling, so he's clearly categorized his stuff. It would be nice to see some sort of imagery here, so maybe some imagery in the background. But I can see how he's been restricted due to Carbon-Made's design. So when you go into one, I'm just going to open that in a new tab, you're presented with his work and you can scroll through it like a slideshow. I know that you can actually add a comment below each one of these, which would be nice to see. So it might be cool to see who he made it for, so we can go there and see it in action, and possibly maybe what he thought of, like why he chose certain things. But yeah, he's got some strong work and quite a nice portfolio. So next we've got CK, and this is also hosted on Carbon-Made, but you can see the differences between the two designs. So he's decided to go for a double column layout here, so we can, I'm assuming so we can include more in the future. And he's also included an image this time, so you can see a preview, which I much prefer personally. As you instantly know that this is a logo concept, because it's titled that, and you can see a logo example in the background. It says signatures here, and it does look kind of like a signature. And then backgrounds. So perhaps for the backgrounds it'd be nicer to see one without an above and below border, so something a bit more zoomed in, because it's obviously scaled down. So if we just saw this bit, maybe the core part of the image, that'd be nice. But yeah, not much to comment on here. It's quite a nice design. Again, with Carbon-Made you get the work about and contact page, and these only show if you actually add content. So if we go to one of them now, you can see there's actually added content here, so it isn't just a blank page, which is useful. So you can see his links, his Twitter. It'd be nice to see a little bit more about him, if maybe explained where he's from, why he designs, maybe what he enjoys about designing, because these are things that show your possible customers or clients that you're passionate about this, and they'll choose you because they know that you have a drive for it, that you'll have that edge over someone who's just doing this maybe for the money or who's just getting into it. And on the contact page, this is fairly simple. It's simply because he's added an email that you can contact him on. So we go back to his work page and we go into, let's pick signatures. So again, he's displayed it differently in here. So rather than going through like a slideshow, he's decided to display it like a one-page layout, so you can scroll down and see them, which is quite nice. As you can see, you can add a description each one of them. Again, he hasn't added a description. He simply said who it's for, which is quite nice. But I don't know, it'd be nice to say maybe what software he made it in. I'm assuming Illustrator. And yeah, something small about them. So it's nice to add a bit more of a personal touch to each design, so they feel a bit more unique, so they can see the time you put into this. Now it's important to note throughout this video, I'm commenting mostly on the website. However, the designs in the website does play a small part. So on Zeon's, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it, Xenon, so Xenon, because X you usually pronounce as Z. Anyways, Xenon, I'm going to call him that. This is his webpage. Now, when you go onto a designer's portfolio, you hope to see images, because that's what you're there for. You're here for something creative, and all we're presented with here is text. So buy my stuff, view my stuff, and then his name everywhere. You can see several times. One in the title, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times he's got his name. So I think you kind of know why you're here. I think it's a bit too much. It'd be nice to see some actual images of his work on the home page, which is the first place you go to. It's important to keep people engrossed. Again, he actually had the option to include the pages he's got, and he's included the important ones: about, gfxzelo, and portfolio. So the about page, if you head to it now, it's got a nice little text bit which says why he designs. I value this in a website. It really gives a personal touch, and shows that you're in it for the passion and not just for the, I don't know, the money. He's got several contact options, which is very good, and these ones he's labelled as buttons, which is also nice to have. Moving on, gfxzelo, it's nice to have, you know where you're going. Again, it'd be nice to see some images. You should have, as a designer, you should be very image based. You should be able to see previews of your work. But he's been very clear on where you need to go for certain stuff. Now, one thing I would note is that I really like how he's included a drop down here with all the categories. However, if you go onto this portfolio page, again, no images, it's just so much text, and as you're coming to a designer's portfolio, you're wanting to see images, you're wanting to see previews of his work, you're not wanting to come and buy stuff straight away, so it'd be nice to see some previews, some images somewhere. However, when you do get to one of these pages, the channel arts, this is where it gets good. He's chosen some strong imagery, he's consistent, so the same widths, it's very nice and very neat the way he's listed all his designs. I would say he might, it's not bad having this many, but perhaps he should narrow it down to a few of his favourite ones. I don't know which ones he's happy with, which ones he's not, but it's always important to show the work that you're really happy with and not overwhelm them with quantity over quality. And this is consistent throughout, so if we go on to, I don't know, overlays. There we go, so he's only got 2 designs here, which you can click on and enlarge. I much prefer this one where it's got the video example in the background. It doesn't matter that it's blurry, but it's nice to show some colour on the back. It'd be cool if he could do that with both. That's something cool that I usually do with my overlays. Now moving on to EdZ Designs. He uses Moonfruit as opposed to webs. I personally would rather be looking at a portfolio that isn't either one of these, because these aren't really designed for designers. I would definitely suggest using Behance or Carbon Made or something like that over one of these two, as they are made for designers and they also help you collaborate with other designers and find more inspiration. I chose to feature this portfolio as, whilst I personally really do not like the design. It's the background clashes with the content a lot, but you can tell he's put some thought into what content he's including. So on the home page, you're presented with an example of my work, which is always great to see. I really don't like the font, but he's got some points on like why you should choose him, which is really good to have. He's selling himself, he's putting effort into it, and he's showing you why you should choose him and not the next designer. Why? Because there's not just one designer on the internet, there's thousands. So why should I choose EdZ Designs over another person? So he's telling you here, he's showing you work straight out the bat on the home page. And he's showing you what you might want to see. So I want to see more of his work, so let's go to photos. Perhaps that should be labelled differently. Now this is something I don't like. I would like to be taken straight to some more images rather than having to click on text again. I don't like clicking, I just want to see. So let's go YouTube channel banner. There we go, now we're presented with something much like it. So I quite like this one. We can open up and it's this big thumbnail, it's really nice. It pops up instantly, you're not loading another page. I like that, it's quite nice. We can close that. Alternatively, we can actually scroll through. I didn't notice that before. That's quite nice. So yeah, he's clear. He shows you what you want. You can easily find what you want, and he sells himself. So let's just check out a couple of other pages. About page. This is quite nice. It's a bit of a wall of text. It'd be nice if you could separate it a bit more. I haven't read this myself, to be honest, but that is a bit overwhelming. Some people might skip through it or just skip to the bullet points. Now this is getting harder to pronounce. XSonic. XSonic. I'm just going to go XSonic. I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. I guess my own name is really bad. There you go. Anyways, so we're on XSonic's website now. This is another Weebly website. This is very common, I find. And I keep preferring. I'll link you in the description some other alternatives if you want to try them out. But this is XSonic's portfolio. He's made quite a good job of using Weebly, actually. I'm quite impressed. The background image I think is a little bit irrelevant. I doubt he took this, so perhaps something a bit more relevant to his work would be nice. But it's a very nice design. He's laid out his work, and right out of the bat you're presented with his work. This is an automatic slideshow, I presume. Here it is, because it's been changing. Pardon me. Then we've got a video, and then his latest video and his latest upload, which is great. To see, he's showing you a really diverse range, like a snippet from each part of his design online. So moving on, you can go to his shop, and here clearly lists his prices. Images isn't too important here. Of course, it's always nice to see, but yeah, he clearly lists it. It's all laid out, very spacious. You can skip to what you want, and it's listed very nice and neatly. As for portfolio, I saw that it was a really strong homepage. if we go back to that, a really strong homepage. You've got the images, you've got the preview, you've got the video. But when you go onto the portfolio page, which is what most people are coming for, it's text. It's just text. That video at the bottom is nice, but it's just text. Where these images are, I didn't even know if they were clickable, that they were images, until I went like that, and you can see the individual images that you can click to go to the different categories. Now, it would be nice if these were thumbnails, so if they had an image in the background so you knew that they could click them, that they were a preview, or even better, it would be nice just to see all the images, like see some of your best bits. So if I click on one of them now, if you go to wallpapers, you're then on all those wallpapers, and I have to say, this is some nice work. It's listed quite nicely, very simple. So you can just scroll down and see what you want. So we're back again with yet another Weebly website. Come on, guys. So here you've got social media links at the top, quite nice. I really don't like this white space. There's so much white space which you do not need here. I'm not sure what that is all about. The homepage is quite nice though. He's got his logo. I'm assuming that's his logo. He's got his EdZ Designs, so you know his name and then his Twitter handle. He said a little bit more. It'd be nice to add a bit more onto this text here. But then he's got his contact details, and that's all he really needs. Perhaps he can include his Twitter logo and maybe his Skype link. So yeah, it's very nice layout, but I think he could add more to it. The reason I chose this portfolio is, again, it's like the last one. When you go onto a portfolio page, you're not presented with images, which is what people want. That people shouldn't be having to spend time looking for what they want on a website. They should be able to click a button and they find it. You're selling to them, they're not selling to you. So yeah, we're now on the page. We can then go to what we want. So if you go to logos, we're then on the page with all his logo designs. He's got 3 at the moment, still quite good. So this looks like a progression, but it's quite nice. You can play it as a slideshow, not really needed, but I guess that was a feature which he could have had, which he decided to include. But yeah, it's a very simple portfolio, but he definitely hits the spot. And then speed arts. So don't be ashamed to show your video content, your speed arts on portfolios. A lot of people don't include it, but it's quite a nice touch. Now, I really hate to blow my own horn, but I decided to pull up my website last minute. I wasn't planning on, but I wanted to show some of the stuff that I do to sell myself and to attract clients, so attract people to pay for my work. So once I got to the level where I thought I was good enough and where I was comfortable with charging for my work, I decided to set up a portfolio. And my main goal was to sell myself. So when you're a designer, you're not just selling your work, you're selling yourself. People are hiring you. They're not buying a set piece of work which they're already happy with. They're trusting that you, once you've been paid, you can give them the piece that they want. So I started with something light-hearted, like, hey there, my name's Ollie, I'm a student, and it scrolls through the kind of things that I am. I live in a small town in England, I'm passionate about digital design and photography. So instantly, they know my name, they know that what I'm into, so it's a bit playful. They know roughly where I'm from, which is just a nice thing to know. And they know that this is my passion, this is what I love to do. So if I'm enjoying to do it, then I'll be spending more time to do it. So I'll not only be better, but I'll be putting time into their design. They can then see my tweet, so they can actually click it to go to my Twitter. They can see the skills that I have, which is a great thing to know. I saw this on one of the portfolios that I've just shown you guys, but they can see that I'm a web designer, digital design, photographer, innovator, and if they want to, they can read a little bit more about what exactly it is I do. Then they can see my work process. This is how I work, so they know that they get to talk to me. Then I have an idea, then I design it, and then we have more talking, so they're comfortable with what's going to happen. They know that they're not just going to have to throw me money, then I give them a design and that's just it. They know what actually is going to happen during the process of purchasing a design from me. Then if they want to, they can know a bit more about me, go to my links, they can know roughly where I am, they can contact me, and yeah. So I also have a couple of other pages at the top, so if they shouldn't have to click anything. They know everything they need to know about me already on this page. Now if they want to, they can go to my blog, which not many people do. It's not a very popular blog. I've done a lot of giveaways on here. They can go to my portfolio, so they can see images as they want. Now I do have a problem at the moment that when you open up an image, it takes a little bit longer than it should to load, but it loads up, pops up, and they can scroll through that project, so it's not just one image. So let's try another one here. So this is my photography, which I'm quite happy with. So this is for my local town, and yeah. So what I should do, to be honest, speaking to myself here, I should be adding in captions below each of these, like where I took them, why I like this shot, maybe what I did to edit it. But yeah, so I should be adding a bit more content as well. But all my images are one page. They can find what they want to run my resume. So this is people who, if people are spending on large amounts on projects, if this is a big project, not just like a banner design, they're going to want to know, they're going to have some assurance that I'm experienced. And this isn't just some fling that I do, like an hour a day. This is something that I do as a passion, and I have an education behind me. So here is where I would link people to, so they can see my skills, and in comparison, they can see how I'm good at, so what my strengths are. So I'm just good at all of these. For example, I'm better than branding than I am at web design. That's obvious. So if someone wanted branding and they'd see my web design, I could compare it. They can know what they want. They know what software I'm good at. For people that's interested in that. And yeah, I've got some testimonials. So from some of my previous clients, they've left comments and I've posted them here. Now I really should get more appropriate imagery, but they're just random ones at the moment. So you can see my education and work history. So that's about it. I didn't want to like blow my own horn and show my own website, but I just want to show you guys some of the stuff that I personally do. This video was done by me, so this is all my opinion, guys. If you have a different opinion, if you disagree with me, then by all means, it's yourself you're selling. I wish you all the best, and I'm sure you guys can do great. Some things to remember that I said: sell yourself. Show on your front page some sort of image, some sort of preview of what you do. And maybe state what you're good at. Why should people choose you over someone else? Make sure to include that on your front page. Always have, maybe not an about page, but have something personal, like, hey guys, my name's Ollie. I like to do this because of this. I hope you enjoy my work. Something like that. It can just be 2 lines. And yeah, have some sort of contact so they can get in contact with you if they want some of your work. And then of course, show your work. Be proud of it. And of course, the usual, quality is always better than quantity. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you had something from it. If you have any tips or any suggestions, or if you disagree with anything, leave it in the comments. This is all my opinion, guys. I mean, this was me making the video, so it was just my opinion. I'm sure there's plenty out there. There's plenty I'm missing, and I'm sure there's plenty to improve on my portfolio. So leave all your comments below. Tell me what you think. I hope this helps you somehow. I will also leave some links to other websites that you can use to create your portfolio, as opposed to webs and Weebly and stuff like that. So yeah, check that out. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon.